You are listening to the Always a Rebel podcast, and I am your host, Jon Magnusson. This is episode 14th, and it's a very special episode for me. During the 2.5 years that I have been involved in the music scene, I have gotten to know a lot of great people. Sadly, within the last couple of weeks, two of the greatest people that I gotten to know has both passed away due to cancer. So instead of having a special topic for this episode, I wanted to take the second part of it to pay a little tribute to Ted and Michael. I'm also going to start with talking a bit about two really exciting collaborations that I'm working on with two Italian jazz pianists, and also some other news from my musical world. So stay tuned and let's play intro. But a rebel, yeah, rebel you are. And as a rebel you can go where the wind blows. As usual, if you're enjoying this podcast, please give it a like or a comment, and even better if you share it with a friend. And if you want to get in touch with me more personally, I can highly recommend you to sign up for my mailing list on my website, jonmagnusson.se. This week I have just a really short little shout out to read out, and it's to John Curiasis. And he writes this little message on Twitter. Dear Jon, I have been listening to music and working in the industry for a long time. None of that prepared me for how great your music is. You are a tremendous talent. So thank you very much, John. And if you want a shout out on the podcast, leave a comment or email me at info@jonmagnusson.se. That's info@jonmagnusson.se. Since I've been spending most of my time the last 2 months building up my business and setting everything up, I haven't been able to produce much new music. But at the same time, I have been doing a lot of ear training and also studying a lot of musical theory. So I feel I really have developed as a musician and also as a music consumer. So last week I opened up a piano composition that I started working on earlier this year. And it was quite a pleasant surprise to see that I was able to listen to it a lot more nuanced and critical than I was before. I also sent the demo of the track to some piano friends of mine, so an extra thank you to Emmanuel, Mons and Steven for helping me getting forward. Then I also sent it to a friend of mine, the Italian jazz composer Enzo Orefice, who liked it and he wanted to make his own arrangement of it. So not only did I end up with my own composition and recording, but also his really beautiful reimagination of the track. Both versions will be released under my piano pseudonym Georg Nielsen in a month or so, but I wanted to play a little snippet for you here on the podcast. So first it's my version, and then comes Enzo Orefice's. hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek of my upcoming piano composition, and I can highly recommend you check out the work of Enzo, and I will leave a link to it in the show notes. Another friend of mine who's also an Italian jazz pianist, Alfonso Gugliucci, has taken on the challenge to rearrange my jazz tune For Whatever It Is Worth that I released with my jazz project Beyond the Seasons. So I'm also very excited to see what he will come up with. And I will leave a link to his stuff as well in the show notes, so make sure to check him out. So music-wise, things are going really well, but personally the last couple of weeks has been quite rough. I went to see my dad this weekend and it was great. We had a really fun time together with my sisters, but it's also quite hard to see him getting worse. At the same time, it's really important to do the best of the situation you are given. Speaking of making the best of the situation, after playing the first song, I wanted to take a moment to honor two of the finest men that I gotten to know during the last few years. And I will of course dedicate this song to my friends Michael Lindley and Ted Evans. This is my acoustic rendition of Your Dreams. You will never be defeated, no matter how you're treated. Even though they try to strike you down, your dignity and honesty, it's something that they will never find. And at night when you're sleeping, you can feel it creeping, trying step by step to break you down. But you hold on to your dreams and you keep them, hiding them inside. 'Cause in your dreams you can go so far away. In your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. They will wake after twilight with a gun in the limelight and will force you on your knees and to the ground. But your dignity and honesty is something that they will never find. And even though they are decided to repress you to be blinded, and they took away your one last smile, you hold on to your dreams and you keep them, hiding them inside. 'Cause in your dreams you can go so far away. In your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. Everything is naked, you have been inside their haven. You have seen through all their stories. But your freedom and your happiness were something you deserted. It can never be inverted. But in your dreams you can go so far away. In your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. 'Cause in your dreams you can go so far away. In your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. I released the original version of Your Dreams in 2017, and it was actually the first song I recorded and produced professionally. After I released it, I also wanted people to hear it, and luckily I had crossed paths with a man named D. Grant Smith. He taught me that you can't reach out to people by pushing things to them. Instead, you have to build a relationship first. And with his words in the back of my head, I went out and looked for radio stations and shows that were playing independent music. And thanks to my fellow musician and friend Jacksta, whom I spoke of last week, I got to know Michael Lindley and Ted Evans. Michael had a radio show, Ralph's Life, on the independent radio station Radio Kaos Caribou. The show was named after and apparently ran by his Jack Russell Terrier, and since I'm also a dog person, we connected right away, and I even got to teach him a bit of Swedish dog language. His show was mainly playing independent music from the UK, but I had the honor to get Your Dreams put on it as an international guest. Michael was also the person who introduced me to the Radio Chaos Caribou and its manager Jerome, who's also a good friend of mine and a big supporter of independent music. Besides doing his radio show, Michael was also very involved in different charities, especially regarding mental health. So not only will he be missed as a radio voice, but he will also be missed for his fantastic personality. In the same period of time, I got in touch with Ted Evans, and even though life got in the way and we never got to meet in person, we have been chatting a lot online. Ted ran the show Cult of Super Ted Presents on Riviera FM together with his lovely girlfriend and later on wife Ali. I had the honor to be played several times on the show, and after I released Always a Rebel EP in 2018, I got a whole section of the show talking about my music and life in general. So even if I have done quite a few interviews over the years, that was one that really stuck with me. We talked loosely about me coming over to the UK to meet up with Ted and Ali, but unfortunately he got ill and it went way too quickly. But a few months ago he and Ali called me up from the hospital and we had a really great chat, and I'm very honored to be able to call them both my friends. And I hope that when I get back to the UK someday I will get to meet up with Ali. So, in just a few weeks, the world has lost two great people and the music scene has become a lot emptier. But I know that I and a lot with me will carry the legacy of Ted and Michael with us. And instead of playing any more live music today, I will play the studio version of Your Dreams, the song that got me started in the wonderful world of music. So in memory of Ted and Michael, and with my biggest condolences to their friends and families, this is Your Dreams.
Even though they try to strike you down, your dignity and honesty is something that they will never find. And at night when you're sleeping, you can feel the rain creeping, trying step by step to break you down. So hold on to your dreams and keep them, hiding them inside. 'Cause in your dreams you can go so far away, and in your thoughts you can go so far. So far away, away. They will wake up at twilight with a gun under the limelight and will force you on your knees until the ground. But your dignity and honesty is something that they will never find. Even though they decided to repress you to be blinded, and they took away your one last so far away, and in your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. Everything is naked, you have been inside a haven, you have seen through all the stories. But your freedom and your happiness were something you deserted, it can never be inverted. But in your dreams you can go so far away, and in your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away. 'Cause in your dreams you can go so far away, and in your thoughts you can go so far away. Your hunger can take you so far away, away.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode. It has been very emotional for me, but I felt I needed to make it. I won't do any more promotion of my social media, but I think you know where to find me. So, take care of yourself and each other, and remember, always be a rebel.
But a rebel